Good morning, Celtic fans, and welcome back to the channel. In today's Celtic FC news, we've got a good video today about the Cho Sung. I've been looking at the headlines, and it's obvious that he's not coming to Scotland to play for Celtic, but the way that the press back in Scotland report it is quite hilarious sometimes. Ange Postecoglou tells Michael Beale that he is lucky, and we'll talk about that. Chris Sutton rips Ali McCoist a new one. I'm going to let you listen to that. So make sure you stick around and listen to that. And then we jump on to the comments section. So first of all, we've been looking at the headlines this morning. It's been apparent overnight that Cho Sung will not be joining Celtic. He's reported to be staying at his club until the summer. But when you look at the headlines in the Scottish media, have a guess what headline this is out of. Cho Sung to transfer Celtic is off as South Korean star wasn't wanted enough with the hoops shopping around. That's the first headline I've seen, okay? Next one is Cho Sung to Celtic transfer door closed as South Korean star decides to stay with his club. Genobunk or whatever they're called. Anyway, the first one you'd never have guessed was in the Daily Hun. And that was in the Record. So the Daily Rangers, yep. Cho Sung transfer is off as South Korean star wasn't wanted enough with hoops shopping around. The fact that Celtic were about to offer a 50% sell-on clause to me said that they wanted the guy. So saying that it wasn't wanted enough is way off the mark, I think. I think Ange Postecoglou, he likes to phone his players personally. He has said this in the past, and a lot of the deals have been done with the fact that Ange phones and speaks to a player to see how much he wants them to come to the club. So take it with a pinch of salt. We've probably put an offer in. You know, Nicholson's went down to London, as far as I can see. Nicholson's went down to London. He's made an offer. He's made the deal. You know, they're not going to put all their eggs in one basket, so it's time to move on, shut the door and move on to the next one. It's a bit like, it happens in football all the time. So, in other stories, there's not really much more going about this morning. Ange Postecoglou says Rangers manager was right to call him a lucky man. And Ange Postecoglou is at work. He declared his job as fantastic. Ahead of the Cup semi-final with Kilmarnock this afternoon, the Celtic boss said, "I agree, mate. I'm an extremely lucky man. I work for a fantastic football club with fantastic people. I've got a beautiful family, and I've been doing this for 25 years. Now, long may it continue." You know, people think that he's came to Scotland with this no experience and nothing. The guy's been there and done it for years as a manager, and he gets no credence for that in Scotland. But that's just Scotland for you, and it's small backwater of European football as it is. Anyway, you know, it's just one of those things. The Scottish media are just so... Anyway, moving on. I'm going to let you listen to Chris Sutton. Ali McCoist said that Celtic were paranoid. Chris Sutton hits back and hysterically nails it on the head. He rips McCoist a new one. So listen to that here.
Alistair Murdoch McCoist, he should join the Scottish Paranoia and Conspiracy Club. And here are my list of charges, okay, Daryl? 2012, demanding that the SFA panel become more transparent. Before Steven Gerrard's first game against Aberdeen, the charge saying that the world was against Rangers and it's been happening for years. Ali McCoist endorsed those comments, attacking the SPFL and poor Dundee over an email glitch. I mean, how low can you go? Accusing the SFA of not helping Rangers in the Champions League preparations. And the worst one, Daryl, the worst one of all, accusing Kevin Clancy and Scott Brown for Gay Gordon's coming off the pitch at Aberdeen Rangers last season. How low?
What a memory you've got.
You plead?
By the way, you've got a fair point. I'm only allowed out this Paddy's Shell for an hour every day, by the way. Honestly, God, I'm only allowed out for an hour every day.
Brilliant. So there you have it laid bare. Rangers and Sevco since day dot have been paranoid about everything. McCoist is a total hypocrite, and you know, as are Sevco fans, and especially the Sevco fans that come on here and actually trying to rip us, saying that we're obsessed And they're going on to the comment section. If you haven't been on the comment section, there was a lot of comments yesterday, a good bit of banter on the channel yesterday. A lot of the comments were in the community tab. I'm not going to go through those comments. If you want to read those comments, you need to go to the community tab on the YouTube channel, because that's where the shits and giggles are on a weekly basis. I'm going to get back to posting back on the community tab a lot more than what I have been recently. So jumping into yesterday's video was Celtic made to wait video, and we talk about the comments in that yesterday. So Gara 6283 says, if Sung was shown he wants to come here, just let him move on. He could get Champions League football, but wants to go directly to the English Premiership. I don't think he wanted to go to the English Premiership. I think the fact that he wanted to play in mainland Europe rather than the UK. I think he either wants to go to Germany or Spain or something like that. That's been made apparent. But the fact that he's now staying at his parent club, Celtic move on from it. At 200 Boys says, take a chance to get Kieran Tierney back, maybe. Up for that? No, I wouldn't take Kieran Tierney back. His injuries that he's had at Arsenal have been just continuous. I think we got off lucky getting the money that we did for him. He did really well at Celtic at his time, but you have to remember as well, he was a bit injury prone, and he's not really progressed as a player, and I don't think he's really any better than what we've got at the club at the moment. He is good, but he's not progressed as a player as I'd hoped he would down in London. Andy says, if there's two minds, then look elsewhere. Hail, hail, boys and girls. Jim says, absolutely sick of hearing about the Korean dude. Withdraw the bid and tell him to get to. Celtic thrived before him and certainly will do without him. There is one piece of breaking news that is rumoured to be coming about this morning. Although Ange Postecoglou did say in his press conference yesterday there has been no bids as of yesterday afternoon. There has been a report this morning saying that our Grumpy Greek is on his way to Japan. He's got a medical booked, but with the Japan League closed down for their break, I can't see that. We'll just need to wait till we see the team when it comes out later on this afternoon to see if the Grumpy Greek's actually in the team. Borders Boy says, yes, I made the comments section. I made it for a video. You made it for another video. Looking forward to tomorrow. That would be today. Evan says, it's like we're Jota waiting the same every day. Yeah, it is, and it's just one of those things as a club, and when you're trying to move players on and try and bring players in, it is the fact that Ange Postecoglou sets his mind on a player or a type of player, and he tries his best to get him. Thomas Dempsey says the transfers both inward and outwards seem to have reverted back to the way it was previous time Mr. Lawwell was overseeing them. Is it a coincidence? It seems... Nah, I don't think it is a coincidence. I think it's just been one of those transfers that's kind of bloomed on. I think the fact that Juranovic was away at the World Cup and Celtic knew there were probably going to be interest for him, and you could see that he's not really kicked a ball since he's came back. When he came in for the Huns game, he wasn't really up to pace. I think it's just going to be one of those transfer windows. It's a tricky one. The Grumpy Greek, it's been well acknowledged that he wants away from the club, but he wants a better deal. It's all about the money with him, and it looks as if he will be going to Japan. Doesn't matter what he says, Celtic want him out the door and they want to get £8 million in for him. For me, that's a cracking bit of transfer business, getting £8 million for a 28-year-old striker. 28-year-old striker. Sigma says that was fucking good. Jed Smart says off track, good vid. Could you explain why Lasagna hotels are so dear for Paddy's Day weekend parade? Yeah, I replied to that one and said the fact that the St Patrick's Day parade down at Caberroy will be roughly about between 8,000 and 10,000 people out. It's probably one of the biggest in Europe. So yeah, that's probably why the hotel is so dear. So on that note, have a great day. What do you think the score will be at Hampden today? I've got to say, I hate Hampden as a ground, but I've had lots of good experience at Hampden over the years, and there's only been a few times that we've went there and not got to a final. So bring it on, as they say. Not sure where I'm going to be watching it yet, whether it's going to be done at Paddy's Point or at a mate's in the country. We'll find out later on today. So have a great day wherever you are, Celtic fans all around the world. Come on the hoops and let's do it, and let's get to this final and win this cup again.
Lit. Roll up to